good guys, it came to my attention. This we're filming after we filmed the next coming clips. This is a tutorial on how to replace your rear axle on the Fiesta ST 2013 to 2019 Mk7 ST180. Hey guys, on this episode of the Fiesta, which will be the first episode since Dylan's joined the channel, we are going to be putting the rear axle back, but the hubs are going to wait for a little bit. I first want to see if I can get the rear shims made to add the camber plates, and then the bolts holding the axle in will eventually have to come out, because I've got a friend, his name is Brandon from the US in New York. He's sending me dimensions for the whoosh alignment kit for the rear beam. So those will be made by the engineers. It's just 6 of the same washers. They just help align the rear beam, save some time and effort in the wheel alignment process. So on this axle, like you guys, I don't know if you've seen it yet, if I've shown you, we've got sway anti-roll bar at the back with some, what is that called now? These like rubber pads, but it's not rubber, it's what they use in suspension. Polyurethane.
Yeah.
And then it's got a 4-point rear torsion brace with 12.9 high tensile rated bolts. It's got the Power Flex rear beam bushers in the front, and I just gave it a coat of white paint with red accessories. So Dylan and I are going to get this in. I've already got the brackets in the car. Those have all been torqued to 115 Newton meters. I'm not sure what the conversion is to foot-pounds, but let me show you that quickly. So coming underneath the car, we have these where the rear axle mounts into. So it's got 3 bolts, one over there, and I'm not sure where the other 2 are, but those are torqued to 115 Newton meters of torque with blue medium strength thread locker, which is here, nut lock, glue devil, medium strength, as according to the owner's manual. Then what goes on next is the wheel speed sensor, and the hub goes on here. This is for the brake cable for the rear caliper. Like I said, speed sensor, your shock mounts in there, your spring goes in there. In my case, I've got adjustable coilovers, so my coilover adjuster will go in there. Rear spring pads up here, which I'll be using those for my sample for the type of material I want. I believe this plugs into the speed sensor on the wheel, this cable up here. You've got your brake caliper, which goes onto your caliper bracket. You've got your rear shock, which in my case is ARC, anti-roll control coilover kit. Mine's got a bushing in there, I'm not sure, some are solid. I've removed my rear tire well just to make it look neater. Kept the back section though for the rally flaps, mud flaps. So yeah, let me get that in and I'll show you the next step. So from factory, this bolt here, the nut is on this side, the bolt comes in that way. But then if you follow my logic here, when you loosen this and it's the original way, you can't pull this out because it will hit your gas tank. So I can't see a reason why we can't do this, but I've swapped them around just for ease of use, taking it out in future. Like I said, that one and then those 2 bolts are going to come out for the center brake alignment kit. So it just makes ease of use. I don't judge the paint job, it's not the best, but it will serve its purpose. So I actually dropped this axle by myself, but it makes it way easier when you have a friend. So basically we just got a jack in from the back, as you can see there. Dylan is helping me align it, but we need to take these bolts out before we push. So you want this PowerFlex bush or OEM bush in there. So a little progress report. Say hello to the cutie Dylan. So that is the axle in. I hope that's not so low that it catches random shit. So that bolt on that side and nut are in with thread locker. Excuse my hand. I just need to accidentally put this one in without putting thread locker on.
So you put the nut on?
So yeah, I put the nut on without thread locker. So that will come off real quick. There we go. And now it's stuck. Got it. So that's that one. I'm just going to put a little bit of thread locker inside there. The thread locker smells really bad according to Dylan. So that is now finger tight on. What we have to do is tighten up these handbrake cables. They're on both sides. I don't believe there's a torque spec to them. So those must go on. There you guys can see the high tensile bolts on the rear torsion brace thingamabobby. The rear anti-roll bar. Still busy tightening that boy up. And it's done. Next step, I believe, would be to connect these. I don't know where this goes. I think this is like somewhere, I don't know. It clipped in somewhere. This is my speed sensor. I don't know what that's for still. Like I said, brake line goes in there, but my brake lines don't have that, so it's useless now. Can just tighten it down at 8. We're going to get the rear coils in now. So your wheel speed sensor clips into the car over there. Like I said, we're not putting on the calipers yet because I still need to get my rear shims, but those need to be tightened still. And we're going to put in the rear coils now so that we can put this together. But I need to find these bolts. I don't know where they are. So now the coil adjuster's in there. The spring's on. The PowerFlex pad is there. Just need to jack it up so we can put this bad boy onto there. So we're back for day 2. I managed to source the bolts that we needed. So from factory, I think it comes with...
Jesus, almost fucking died.
Oopsie. From factory, the car comes with 8.7 tensile bolts. So I upgraded to 12.9 tensile bolts. This is the highest you can go. So these will be going in where the shocks go. I think once I get my wheel alignment, washers, bushes, whatever you want to call them, done, I might also upgrade those to 12.9 tensile bolts. I think those are 10.3, so also just for shear factor and all of that. Then I also got the missing circlip for the lower control arms, but that will be a separate video. So yeah, Dylan and I will be installing these. What we're going to do is we're going to jack up the back of the axle. The front is fully bolted in and torqued to spec. Jack up the back so that we can get the shocks to align, tighten that, torque them to spec, tighten the top of them to spec, and then we should be sorted. So if you can see here, my sway bar, it actually perfectly misses these 2 bolts. So the bolt that goes through here is this one here. And that torque spec is 115 Newton meters. So Dylan and I are just going to jack up from the middle, put that in both sides, there and there, and 115 Newton meters. Then I'll show you from there what's next. Just a quick tip while you're doing this. I made this mistake while installing. This aftermarket bolt is a 19. I think factory was 18. This is also an 18. You don't have to loosen this, just welded to the car. While I was taking this off, I was trying so hard to loosen that and I didn't realize it was welded to the car. So that's finger tight. Dylan's already got that one in, and yeah, we should be off to the races after we torque this down. Okay, so both of those are torqued, are torqued to 150 Newton meters. The next step is to torque that and that to 25 Newton meters. So yeah, let's get that done. Okay, that's 25. Now we'll do the other side. Okay. There we go, that's 25. I will be doing a separate video how to install the rear hubs on the car. I am just waiting on the camber plates. I'm making myself a set. So yeah, I'm going to do the other side, then we should be buttoned up on the rear axle. Okay, last one. On. There we go. And that's that for the 2013 to 2019 Fiesta ST rear axle install. Coming up next will be the rear hubs and the front lower control arms. Thank you very much for watching, and Dylan and I will see you in the next one.
Gang.